Hey everyone, it's Caleb.
Hey everyone, it's Luke.
Welcome back to another Super Soda Bros podcast with Luke and Caleb, and also Caleb and Luke.
And no special guest star. Maybe next time, guys.
We'll try. I mean, we've been talking about having different people on. We can get Christine back on. We can get our friend Justin, who's on the Two Brothers podcast. We probably need to get him to join. There's a whole bunch of different people.
With Christine, we're talking about it, but I was like, I don't know how we will be able to both, because like it would be simpler if we just use the same camera and audio. But I'm like, how would we both hear Caleb at the same time?
You'd have to get an audio splitter for your headphones.
That's what I said to her. I'm like, the only way that's gonna work is to get a splitter. So you have headphones and you mute your headphones, and we just use the microphone to pick up our voices.
Yeah.
So next time we go to Walmart, Stuff Mart, that's when we'll check out and see if they have something there.
Okay. And that might be also that might how you that words how do they work? That might be similar to how you're gonna have to fix your gaming problem because y'all are in the same room and your microphones
Oh.
overlap. Maybe just use one microphone and set it up on the end of her desk right there. Like
See,
just
we put it right here. We put this microphone right here, but then since I'm facing this way, it doesn't pick up my audio at all.
interesting.
Yeah,
Huh.
but it picks up hers. It's weird.
But then how does the overlap happen? Like is it one of your microphones is it more touchy than the other one?
Well, her yeah, I think so because her microphone's in her headset. I think
Oh,
that one's more touchy than this one. So that one, her microphone, I think picks up me a lot more than this one picks up her.
gotcha.
So maybe I don't know.
Maybe she could put on a set of regular headphones and then have that old headset pick you up, like have it just laying down on the table. I don't know. I don't know honestly.
It's weird. Unless we somehow both get microphones that are super duper sensitive to like spatial awareness. So like she'll have one and I can have one and be totally fine. But this is literally a brand new microphone. I don't want to get rid of it.
Right. No, exactly.
So like what's the point?
I know. I don't know. It's gonna be have to you're gonna have to fool around with that and see
Yeah.
what the best solution is.
Figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta play some other games. I mean, as much as I love Halo Infinite and spending time with you guys on that, and I also love spending time with you and Gus playing like Counter Strike or whatever, we gotta find like a new group of games to do.
I'll open Steam. See, I don't have a lot on Steam because I don't really buy games because I don't play enough to buy a ton of stuff. Um, let's see. Obviously, the CS:GO, that Battle Bit game will be coming out soon-ish,
Yeah.
so that'll be definitely up there. Um, Left to do Squad, but that costs like $40. Um, I downloaded Team Fortress 2 again since that was free. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna download this to see if I can play it sometime. And then I have Siege, and that's like another $30.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like Tarkov and stuff, but that's like way too realistic for me. Like, it's fun. Like, I've seen people play and stuff, and it looks fun. But I'm looking to have a good time. I'm not looking to like super stress out or anything like that.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
But we have to figure something out so it's not just Halo, 24/7 and stuff. I'm gonna do this because I feel like I'm echoing myself.
No, I mean, as far as Discord goes, you're not echoing for
No.
me.
I feel like I'm double hearing myself.
Oh.
I'll just do this. Hold on.
that,
Video
looks,
podcast only.
that looks so dumb. You just clip that. That'll be like a thumbnail for something.
Yeah. Save it for later. Put in your hidden folder.
Yeah. My collection of memes.
Yeah, quite. That's exactly what I will do with that one.
So we have a little bit of a hiccup. So as you know, Luke personally, the audience does not know, but Christine had an Adobe subscription from some time ago, and it expired and it ran out like a week or two ago, and that's what I was like all like using to use Premiere and Photoshop and stuff like that. So now I don't have a primary video editing software, sadly. So I've been looking at alternatives. Like I've been looking at Sony Vegas. I've been looking at some free options, but a lot of the free options are like even worse than Windows Movie Maker, surprisingly. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with that. I think this recording will be okay to edit in Vegas, but another hiccup is I was in the middle of editing the second Airsoft video that I took from when I played a couple weekends ago.
And it cut.
And it cut, so... And I tried importing it to Vegas, but Vegas doesn't like the type of file that it is. Because it's not just Dude, it's not just a simple MP4. It's like a HVAC, HPEC / MP4. It's like some kind of like weird like sub encoder, which it holds data a lot better. It preserves frame rate and quality.
You're
and
frozen.
Pixel density, all that. Better than a regular MP4, but for some reason Vegas doesn't like that. And also, that's the best format to record with on the GoPro. So when I'm recording my Airsoft videos, that's the setting it's going to be in, because that's going to be the best quality. So I has issue. Oh, Luke, you froze.
Uh-oh. He's gone.
Luke, you froze. No.
He's gone. Okay, well, I guess we'll,
come back to us, Luke.
Restart Discord, everybody.
We gotta get him back. Oh no, he left us. Hey.
What happened? You just died.
I was just telling a story, and it looked like you were just making a funny face the whole time.
No, you went like, you did, and froze. I'm like, what?
Oops. Okay, so just to make things quick. So the best quality a GoPro can record in is a certain file. It's like a subsection of an MP4 file. But Sony Vegas, the editing software, doesn't like that. It won't let me import those videos for me to edit them. And I've tried reformatting it into like a .mov file or .wav file. All these different kinds of file formats, but it still doesn't like it for whatever reason. So my last resort to actually edit that second Airsoft video is I put everything in Windows Movie Maker. I'm exporting it as a regular MP4 video, which I don't know if that'll drop the quality or not, but that's the only way I'm going to be able to get it into Vegas for me to edit.
Interesting.
Yeah. I tried all sorts of different other workarounds, but it's just not working. So right now I am in the process of exporting that video.
Fun.
Yep. Good times. But the first video is out. I completed that one before Premiere ran out, and that is exclusively on my brand new Airsoft channel, which is Ginger Jesus Airsoft.
Which will be posted on once every 2 months.
Yes, because I will probably not play Airsoft that often. Maybe I'll throw another video on there of just like me talking about something Airsoft related to fill in the gaps, but as of right now, it's got the paintball videos that have already been out on the regular Netherfire Studios channel, but I just put them on there just as content as well, and then the Airsoft video is also on there.
Nice.
Yeah. So, did I explain to you what happened with my gun?
Christine said it malfunctioned on like the first time you used it.
Yeah.
She didn't say what happened, but I know that something did happen.
Yeah. So with that gun, I mentioned this in the previous podcast, there's a piece of technology called the MOSFET, which regulates electricity from the battery to the gun. So it'll, like, you can have faster trigger pulls, and you can have upgraded internal parts without there being some kind of strain on the actual battery. So what ended up happening was 30 minutes into the day, the first 30 minutes of the day, I mean, you saw in the video, my gun just broke. So what happened was I brought it to an airsoft expert there, and he took a look at it and he tested the batteries to see if the batteries were the ones being the issues. Batteries were fine. They were at almost full charge because I barely used them. Wasn't the battery's problem. So he actually took a look where the battery clicks into the gun, and that's where the MOSFET is. So there was burn marks on the MOSFET, so it had electrocuted itself.
KYS.
Yeah, he was like, "Brand."
I don't feel like it today, buddy. And died.
When I was self-diagnosing it in the field, like you saw in the video, trying to figure out what was going on, I smelled burnt plastic, but I figured that was just, the batteries themselves being warmed up and being in use. So I didn't think too much of it, but in reality, that was the smell of a burning MOSFET. So and the guy I talked to worked for the store that I bought the gun from, so he's like, "Yeah, just bring it back and we'll give you a brand new one." So I got a brand new gun now.
So
So
that's good.
yeah, it's still in this plastic wrap, and I will not take it out until it's ready for game day because I don't know. I just don't want to test.
You don't want to make sure it works
No, I mean, I'm sure it works. It'll be fine.
until another one burns up.
No, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. No, no.
So, a little bit of spoiler alert in the second Airsoft video that has not even been touched technically for editing. I just used the GAT, but dude, in my opinion, the second video is going to be way better than the first video. In my opinion, because there's things that happen that nobody even knows.
Nobody knows what's gonna happen.
Nope, it's a secret.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I was on Steam because PUBG has a 7 gigabyte update, or like a rendition of updating.
Oh lord.
And yeah, I updated it now. It took like a little bit, but BattleVit. Speaking of games called multiplayer, I don't think that's gonna be the podcast, but that was our pleasantries.
Yes.
Some would say. I have absolutely nothing. I had got nothing going on. I have nothing going on Saturday, and BattleBit starting at 9:30 a.m. has a 6-hour test server game.
Whoa!
So I'm like, let's go! I'm gonna be in that for like 4 hours because I don't want to do anything this weekend.
Hey, record some gameplay. Get some footage for yourself.
Yeah, and I'll watch my FPS go woo.
I mean, the FPS is already like over 100 for the game, right? Because it was pretty smooth when we played it. Was there like 100 players and it was smooth?
Yeah.
Yeah, just record over it. It'll be fine. There'll be no problems. But for the listeners, BattleBit is an up and coming game. It's very pixely. But
no, it's not pixely. It has a Roblox-ish feel to it, but it's not Roblox affiliated in any way. So,
yeah,
I think the game developers did that on purpose to out of the gate run super smooth. Because if you have a game that's like super high tech graphics and stuff, you're focusing on the graphics instead of the gameplay.
Yeah, especially because they want a whole bunch of players to play at the same time, and they're kind of a small company. They want to make sure everybody can actually play the game on the weekend it releases.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm not sure when it's coming out. Still, they haven't really said that yet, but they are doing stress tests every single weekend, and it looks like the first one. One of the first play tests was in February. So they've been play testing it for a couple months now, which is a good sign. They're making sure everything's working good and all that stuff. And then once they actually release the game on Steam, they're gonna sell it for about $10, I think, maybe $15, so that when they get revenue, they can actually put that money towards the game itself, because it still needs a little bit of work around the edges and whatnot. But as far as the game sounds and plays, it's really good. They just need to focus on the actual graphics themselves and maybe tidying up how the flow of the map feels, as well as the graphics within the maps and filling in empty spaces in the buildings and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's definitely worth checking out. Although they only play on Saturdays, it feels like for the testing. But it is definitely worth it because the gameplay in that game is a lot of fun. Um, the how um, the gameplay of the guns themselves is what they really try to focus on in that game, instead of, like I said, graphics. So each gun for, like, let's just say assault class, there's probably, I don't know, 15, maybe 20 guns that you can choose from. They have to unlock through your levels and experience and all that fun stuff. Of course, like any other normal game. But each attachment slot, whether it be magazine, underbarrel, side barrel, sight, stock, whatever, has like 15 different options to unlock items for. So that alone gives it such a high replay value where you can be like, I'm going to go use this gun and unlock some stuff, or I'm going to go use this gun because it's my favorite and unlock some stuff, or blah, 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 whatever. So there's that. So there's a lot of gun mechanics in that game. And then there's not 4 classes, there's 6 classes in it. So you can choose from 6 classes, which all have their own guns to begin with, I think. I've only played 2 because that's all I've played so far. but the other classes, I think, might have their own guns as well, or at least similar guns. So at least it's a little bit more contrast there. But I just have a fun time playing it because the games only last like maybe 20 minutes or so. So you can play a couple and still be fine, whereas other games like, like in Battle Royale games like PUBG or in Milsims like Squad, where you play like 40, like a half hour in PUBG, and you get all your stuff and you die in 3 seconds. It's game over, restart, time to do it again. Or in Squad, where it's tactical, run for 5 miles, hang out for a while, don't see anyone, shoot a couple guys, get shot, respawn, do that again, and each game takes 3 hours or so. 3 hours.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it's long. So I only do like one game, and I'm like, yeah, I can't play this anymore. I did one game. But whereas with games that have a quicker turnover base for playtime, there's a lot more replay value to them because you're like, I'll just do one more. I'll just do one more. It's like 20 minutes. I'll do one more. So you keep on playing it, especially with all those unlocks and stuff. And it seems like it instantly connects you with your Steam friends. So if your Steam friends download it, you can literally just slide to the right of the screen and just invite the party. Done.
Awesome.
So if you have your Steam friends playing, like they download it, you can literally just go tap, you're invited to my party, and you're in the same game. Boom, done. So it's not like a Fortnite or whatever where you have to go in the game, then they have to download it, and then they have to do this and figure out this. It's literally just like, if they have it downloaded, you just invite them and you're done.
Yeah.
It's much simpler. Which most games have, but it's the ease of it.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot less problematic than Halo Infinite, where you drop in and out of the party sometimes.
Yep, Halo Infinite's still working out a lot of kinks because it's free.
Yeah.
Yeah. But.
Well, I'm excited for the game to officially come out and release, and for me to get some unlocks for the guns, because if there's one thing I like in my games is customization.
Yep, I agree. Personalizing your guns to how you want it to feel is key.
Absolutely.
If you're forced to gun with certain attachments, that's all you can do. It's like, I don't know if I like these, but okay.
Yeah. Cough, cough. I'm looking at you, Battlefield.
I just unlocked a 4x scope for the Scar. Granted, I was on a nighttime map, so it wasn't very good. But when I had when I actually had it effectively, I'll just prone, donka donka donka. I'm like, ooh. So if I did this on a daytime map, it'll be a lot of fun. But that nighttime map was my last game on that day or whatever, so I couldn't test it in the daytime.
Yeah, give the sniper a try. The sniper's a lot of fun.
I tried it for a little bit. I think I was just in the wrong zone on the wrong map, so I was getting doinked more than I was getting them. So I would peer out of cover and they'll be like, because they're just camp. So
yeah.
But I have killed a few people with the sniper, and it is the one kill, so that's pretty sad. Also a little overpowered.
So Luke, I wanna bring it back. I wanna rewind about 10 minutes real quick. So I want to show you something.
Uh-oh. Oh, is that a camera for your gun?
It's a scope cam.
Nice.
It just came in today.
That's cool. I can't wait for that footage.
It's gonna be off the roof.
Off. You missed the point. Off the rail.
Oh, you're funny. Funny children. Yeah. So so this is a 40 millimeter lens, and so it is basically as zoomed in as you can be. Obviously, you can tweak it a little bit with video editing software to kind of like pinch and zoom a little bit, but for like stock, 1080p footage as zoomed in as you can get. So if you're playing indoors, you want to get something smaller, like a 20 millimeter lens. It's gonna be like a lot less zoomed in, so it's gonna be a lot more like how you would see in real life as opposed to watching the video on the tiny screen. But this thing is probably gonna be pretty good.
That's gonna be really cool.
Yeah.
Now you have to force yourself to go out and play more.
I know. I was thinking about going this weekend, but I already got something going on Friday with a friend, and there's like errands and stuff that I need to get done and cleaning up the house, so it's probably not going to work out. But maybe pretty soon, maybe sometime like late August.
Get out there and test it out.
Yeah. Speaking of physical activities and whatnot, so I played soccer for the first time in a very, very long time.
I haven't played soccer in so long. I think it's been 3 years because I didn't play last year. The year before was 2020. So it might have been 2019, maybe even 2018 was the last time I played soccer. So that's kind of sad.
I think the last time I actually played was when Jordan invited us to play with a bunch of people, like a bunch of church people. Like we went to like Columbia. No, was it Columbia Park?
That couldn't have been the last time. That was like 2017.
I don't know, honestly.
Huh.
That's the last time I definitively remember. I think it was 2018 at the time, but regardless, it's been a handful of years, and so so I found this soccer group on Facebook, and so unfortunately, you did have to pay $10 per session because they were using a bubble arena. And so it's $10 per person, and we would go for like an hour or so. Mm-hmm. Thankfully, I got the first session free because it was my first time registering with like this special app. And then the guy, he texted me today and said, "Hey, are you free today? We have a free slot, so if you want to come, you don't have to pay the charge." And so I said I was busy, but keep me updated for next time because I definitely want to do it again. But
Yep.
Anyway, so like I said, we played for an hour. When I went on Sunday, I think it was 4v4 for a while, and then we got 5v5.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all like, people our age, maybe even a little older, like up to early 30s. And majority of them incredibly good. Like this one guy's footwork off the charts. Like he took like 2 shots all night, and he would just pass to people.
Jeez.
And then there were people like me who were like still getting back into it, and I was excited by like the thrill of playing soccer. So I was always looking to get past 2 and to score, but also like that's how it goes. Like it's a very small field. And so if we had 6v6, we would have one person be a goalie, and then we would just play the game as normal. But because it was 5v5, we played what's called the one-touch rule. So in order to shoot, for the goal to count, you have to one-time it, which means you can only touch the ball one time before it goes in the net.
See, that one timing is actually not a very good skill. It should always be 2-touch, where you collect the ball and then you do your shot or your pass or whatever.
In an ideal soccer situation, yes, but because we had so few people, and you could basically like lob it from half field and get it in most times, or if you were literally if you got it anywhere near one of the goals, you could just shoot it and it would go in because again, there's no goalies, there's no one there to actually stand in the net and catch it or block it in any way. You can have a defender, of course. You can have a defender running back and forth and kind of being, part defender, part midfield. But at the same time, it also makes the game a lot more chaotic because sometimes you'll kick the ball and you'll miss and it becomes a goal kick. So now it's our turn to try to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so we just played whenever because like the goals were right up against where the wall came down. So obviously, if you hit it out the back, it'd be a corner kick or goal kick, and then on the side, it would just be a free kick from wherever you kicked it to the side. So it was very, very fast. There were no breaks. We just went an hour all the way through, just nonstop gameplay. So of course, I was dead. I was dead by like minute 15 out of 60.
You're like, guys, I haven't done this in so long.
I know, and like my passing skills are not great, so I definitely gave up the ball with like bad passing more times than I would like to admit. My lungs were collapsing, so after a certain point, after every time it went out, and someone was like walking over to get the ball, I would just crouch and just breathe heavily. It was kind of a nightmare, but it was a blast, and I definitely want to go back.
If you wanna, actually, I think a video where Christine showed me or something. If you're really trying to gas for air, the best method to do is not to go on your knees and like shrug over it. It's actually to put your hands on your head and kind of do something like that.
Yeah, I definitely did that too, but like also my ankles and knees were exploding.
So it's like.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
Because if I stood upright, I would find myself just walking randomly, like trying to get into a better position somewhere. So I'd always be moving, and so there was at some point I was just like, I have to like stop myself from moving and just relax the muscles briefly.
Gotcha.
So, but it was a blast, and I'm definitely going to go back. But it's definitely a big change coming from mostly playing Ultimate Frisbee for the last couple of years, not so much recently because I haven't been to any of the gatherings that have happened. But, when I still lived in Connecticut, I was going pretty regularly.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was also like 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's true. But definitely more often than soccer. Like, the last time I regularly played soccer was when I was playing for the town when I was like 17 years old.
Yeah, that was good 5-6 years ago. 7.
Yeah, about 7 or 8.
7 or 8. Oh, you're old.
Well, I just had a birthday recently. I'm 26.
Really? You're 26? How about that? Anyway, so on the next topic that I want to talk. No love for you. No love for you.
I like the PewDiePie reference. So, you guys went to Soulfest.
We did. Yep. That was the thing that we did.
Is there any reason why you're hesitant?
They were Skillet. Literally 3 days, and we had Skillet. So on the first day, there wasn't really anyone. Oh, wait. Yeah, on the first day, there wasn't really anyone there. For King and Country played at like 9:20, but then there was Thunder for like a minute, and they postponed to like almost 10. So their show was like half an hour long. So, but we didn't go to that. Literally the only band I knew on Thursday. And Friday, the only two bands that I heard of, Micah and I just went to the campsite and hung out because I didn't have a pass for that day. Mike and I just hung out at the campsite. I want to do this because I feel like I'm mumbling. Mike and I went to the campsite and just hung out for the day, or a couple hours. And then Christine went out and saw Oh Sleeper, which is like a Christian metal band.
Yep.
They have a decent following. They got like 120,000 followers or whatever, which is pretty good. She saw them and she really liked them, and we were playing some of their music on the way home today. But she saw them. She said they're really good. And then I didn't stay super long. And then at because at like 6-ish, Spoken played.
Ooh.
Which I would have gone to see, but I didn't have a pass that day, so I'm like, I don't want to just walk in and stuff.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Spoken was like one of the early bands that we heard of that was like actual metal and stuff. Same time as like Writing on the Walls and Project 86 and all that.
Yep. Yep, because they had a music video on the same
Yep.
DVD that Writing on the Walls was on.
Yep. So we liked them for a while, and then they stopped making music for a lot of years, and then I forgot about them. But they actually came with an album like a few years ago, because their first album was like 2008 or something like that, and then they stopped for like 6 years, and then they released an album. Like, where did this come from? So it would have been cool to see them and stuff, see if they're playing the old songs, whatever. But that was Friday, and then Saturday, it was a whole lot of nobodies, and then Peter Further played because he's there every single year. Who is the lead singer of the Good News Boys, not Michael Pate.
Old News Boys. The old boys.
Yeah, the good boys. And then obviously Skillet played. And Christine's mom wasn't feeling 100%, so she gave me the pit pass and the meet and greet.
Yo,
so
let's
I got to
go.
meet Skillet for the first time in like 11 years, which is funny because the only 2 times I've met Skillet. So I've seen them like 10 times in concert at least, and I've only met them twice. But every concert that we've been to, there's always been a meet and greet option kind of available. So the first time I went to go see them, they had tour shirts of like this Yeti monster in like a snowy outdoorsy area or whatever, because they played with good bands like Hailstorm, Theory of a Deadman, and Stone Sour, which I still wanted to see because they were good metal bands.
Indeed.
Yeah. But we were good Christian boys. Anyway, we bought a ticket. Let's go see the bands.
I know. But,
unless they're actually like freaking satanic, I'm like, come on now. Like, even if it was like Metallica, let's watch them. If it was like whatever, like let's just watch it. And we bought the.
We saw Hailstorm a little bit.
Like 2 songs.
Well, yeah.
Still though, we bought the ticket. Might as well stay. Anyway.
Anywho's.
So they gave a shirt at that concert, met them and all that stuff. And then when I went to go meet them during Soulfest, I don't think it'll show up on screen. When I went to go meet them, I walked up to them and shook their hands or whatever. And there's the proof reaction of John Cooper and everyone. Dang it.
Technology.
I don't think it'll work, but let's see.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it works.
He was like laughing and smiling. At the same time, Jen, Corey, and John were like, yo, old school shirt, let's go. I'm like, yes, yes, they remember that tour. I was so pumped up. I was so excited about that. So as soon as he was like, I'm like, yeah, let's go. And of course, you say hi, how's it going, all that stuff. I didn't want to leave it at that. So like we were getting ready for our picture. I put my arm around John or whatever for the picture. And I'm like, so John, when's the next Fight the Fury album coming out? Which is their side band, which is like heavy.
Calling him out.
I was just kind of like like bumping shoulders, like hey buddy. So I was like, hey, when's the next Fight the Fury album coming out? He's like, and, typical John Cooper laugh. You still listen to that? I'm like, yeah, man, I listen to like whenever it pops on, or if I'm like, I haven't heard them in a while. I listen to it pretty often. He's like, I don't know, man. It's kind of like a one-off kind of fun project. But he's like, you never know, we might do something later on. I'm like, well, good luck anyway. Have a great show, whatever. So yeah, man. So I'm like, kind of, put it in his head or whatever. And Seth Morrison wasn't there, sadly, because I think he would have gotten a good kick out of the shirt because that was his very first tour, was the Avalanche tour. So they get on stage. This guy with purple hair comes out. I'm like, who's this guy? I'm like, interesting. And he's like, oh yeah, Seth Morrison's at the hospital right now. He is expecting a baby any minute now. I'm like, oh yeah, his wife's pregnant. So that was actually kind of good for him and stuff. Like I understand why he's not there now. And then he's like, yeah, this is what's his face? This is the lead guitarist for Colton Dixon who played earlier today. And everyone's like, woo! And he was my guitarist for Fight the Fury. I'm like, Yes, double Fight the Fury content. Let's go. I'm like, I talked to him about Fight the Fury, and he's like, you know, what, I'm gonna mention this guy because I don't think if I mentioned Fight the Fury, I'm not sure if he would have brought up that he was the guitarist for Fight the Fury. He probably
Right.
would have. He might have just said like, "This is just Colin Dixon's guitar taking his place," and we're gonna
Because people
whatever.
know Colton Dixon because he's got his own standalone thing. So
Exactly.
that's why he might have just said, "Oh, it's Colton Dixon," and everyone's like, "Yeah," because obviously everybody knows that. But I love that there's that small chance where he mentioned it just because he talked to him about it in the tent.
Imagine like knowing that like he mentioned it because I mentioned it to him.
And
I
honestly, of like all the things he did that day, you might have been the only one that influenced him to say or do certain things.
or might have been the only person to not just say hi, 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 take a picture, leave.
That's it, yeah.
Because I kind of like didn't make it like, oh, hey, John. So with Fight the Fury, it was more like, hey, John, hey, Corey, hey, Jen. And then I put my arm around him, like, so what's this deal with Fight the Fury? And then he's like, ah.
Yeah, you gotta, you can't be like cliche about it. You're like, I'm such a big
Exactly.
fan. Oh, I love Fight the
Yeah.
Fury. I love your guys' music. When's it coming out?
You have to like talk like a human, be like, so listen,
Yeah, exactly.
when's this coming out? But yeah, it was definitely a good time. I'm definitely glad I said something other than just hi. So
Yeah.
that was definitely made my my week, I guess.
And
Yeah.
and here you were like a couple episodes ago, bad mouthing Soulfest. You're like, whoa, I'm not gonna go.
I do.
I'm going to a car show.
Soulfest is pretty bad.
But there's good moments.
Their lineup was not good these last 2 years.
Did they have any fun activities? Like, was there a gaming trailer?
Nope. They
Oh.
opened up the zip line
That's good.
last minute.
Hmm.
Yep. That's it.
Remember that one year they had Aero Tag and the game trailer and Gaga?
When Word of Life came, it was booming.
The Word of Life knows how to connect with teens. Wait,
And
hold
that's
on.
it. They don't know how to teach the gospel very well, but they know how to play.
Yeah. Yep.
But
They know how to engage the youths.
the Ute.
The youths.
Yeah, the only reason why I didn't go to that car show was one because Christine obviously was going to Soulfest. And then all of my friends who were gonna go, 2 of them couldn't make it for whatever reason, and then my good friend Joey couldn't make it because he wasn't sure about his whole situation with his baby on the way.
Yeah.
So he wasn't sure if it was gonna be early or late or whatever. So he's like, it's like within a week. So he's like, I can't do it just yet. So
Yeah, I feel
he's
that.
like, he was like, next year I'm 100% going. I don't care. And I'm like, okay, well, that makes me feel better because then I'll just go next year. Although I could have gone last year, I think, but that would have been the same situation of me just going by myself.
Yeah.
And it's 3.5 days, and I didn't want to spend 3.5 days by myself unless I knew someone who was going, or I could tag along with another group from either like Connecticut, the guys that used to hang out down there, or the guys from Maine. But they're all going at different times and blah 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 blah. It's too confusing.
Right. Yeah, no, I understand that.
Yeah.
100%. So, speaking of a friend named Joey, I want to give a shout out to my friend Joey, where he's on Twitch. It's Joey Just Jewy. It's
He's a Jew.
no,
Oh,
no,
I would have, dude. I'll sub right now.
no. Okay, well, the reason why I said it like that is his Twitch name is JoeyJustJoey.
Oh.
Joey Just Jewy. I see why you can misconstrue that. I am a Jewish person.
I was about to say.
What? No, but so he does a lot of Nintendo based streams. He plays a lot of Pokemon. He does Zelda. He knows a couple tricks for speedrunning some of the newer Zelda games, just in terms of button presses and places you gotta go, and using bombs in such a way to fling yourself across the map. So he's got a lot of technical skills, and he enjoys what he does, and just want to give a shout out to him. But also, I want to transition real quick to another type of thing related to Joey. He tried sending me his copy of Sony Vegas for me to edit stuff, but didn't work when he sent it through Drive, so a lot of the files didn't transfer over. So he put everything on a flash drive and mailed it to me. But somehow during the transit process, whether I got put through a postal service machine or something, the flash drive got taken out of the envelope, like it ripped through the side of the envelope, and is now lost in space. So when the letter showed up to my house, it was just like an envelope with a hole in it.
Dang.
Like it was like the top was sealed and everything, so it's not like someone opened it and took whatever was inside. It was just like a flash drive sized hole where it slipped out.
And some dude got that flash drive downloaded. He's like, "Why do I want this?"
It's like there's like Legend of Zelda and Vegas on it.
What?
But related to that, because he's a huge Nintendo guy, he's been talking to me about Zelda and trying to get me to play that with an emulator and all that.
I just bought a Wii.
You bought a Wii?
No.
Okay.
You could probably get them for free now.
Probably. There's so many of them. But you know this already. But for the audience, Maya and I now have a Nintendo Switch.
Good choice. That's it.
I was waiting. I'm like, oh, he's gearing up for something. It's the white version, so it's not like the red and blue offset, whatever. So it's white and it's OLED, so the backlight of the screen is a lot crisper. It's a lot cleaner. It's not going to wash out so many colors. It's got double the storage as the normal one, so you can download more games and whatnot. And I'm not sure if there's any other kind of upgrades internally. I'm assuming it runs better.
Isn't that the one that the screen goes all the way to the edges?
Yes.
Yeah, that's version 2.
Okay. Yeah, and it's got a little kickstand at the back, so if you ever want to play it when you're on the go and you don't want to like hold the whole entire thing in your hand, you can just like flip out the kickstand, put it on a table somewhere or a counter.
Just kinda...
Yeah, and just play on your nunchucks, just like that. So you're still up close, but you're not like physically holding it in your face or whatever.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah. So we're excited. We haven't played anything on it yet. We just did the preliminary profile setup, and we downloaded a couple free games. Like we got Fall Guys, some kind of like post-apocalyptic shooter multiplayer thing. I don't really know what. And then we got like, we haven't tried it out, so I don't know if it's for real, but we got all the old Nintendo 64 games.
Oh, it's that bundle pack.
Yeah, it's like all the retro games from like all the consoles of the 80s and 90s.
Yep.
So, yeah.
The one or two Mario games that I would always recommend to people is either Mario Kart or like Super Mario Bros. Or Super Mario 3D World or something like that, because with Super Smash you need to find a group of people that you can play with, and it's like that specific like location, because it's not really a single player kind of game.
Yeah, no.
Whereas Mario still has like, the Grand Prix and the missions and all that stuff and collecting coins, and Super Mario Bros. Has obviously the entire single player mode. And the same thing goes for Mario Party, where with Mario Party, you need at least 3 people to play with. Like, you can't really do 2 people and play Mario Party. Because I think yesterday, you sent that video or whatever to Christine, or to the group chat or whatever, about getting that for Maya.
Yeah.
And Christine's like, I'm going to go play my Switch now. I'm like, thanks, it's been 6 months. I bought that for you. And she's like, I'm going to play this. She's playing her, Ruby game and all that stuff. And she's like, I'm going to buy some games. I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
the madness descends.
And into the darkness we go. But yeah, she just got a few games that we've always had on our wish list for the Switch, but we've just never really bought them. We've just been waiting and waiting, because she's had it for like 2 years or something like that.
What you got?
She bought the Super Mario Bros. Ultimate or something like that. It's like I think it was the one that was like based off the Wii U, but it's like everything's better about it because it's for the Switch now.
Okay.
She got um one of the one of the I don't know what's called. One of the Pokemon games that is like a classic where they completely redid all the graphics for it, so it looks like a brand new game. But if you press a button, it goes back to the classic graphics.
Oh,
Um,
interesting.
but it was the one that had like really, really, really high reviews and a lot of recognizable Pokemon. So she got that one. She's like, I'll play that because she has Shield, which is one of the newest ones, and she played it twice. And she's like, yeah, I can't really play that a third time because I already did everything. I'm like, granted, you could level up all your stuff to max level and 100% all the trainers and all that stuff, but that's a lot of time of doing the same thing and grinding it over and over and over again.
Right.
She got that Pokemon. Oh, the Rabbids games
Yeah.
with those crazy rabbits and stuff. There was one that had like Mario and Party, like Mario and Clan, with Rabbids involved into it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm not really sure what it's about. Christine really liked Rabbids because that's what she kind of grew up playing on Wii and Nintendo DS and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It was like $20, so it wasn't even that bad. So she's like, I'm gonna get this game because I've always liked Rabbids and I don't know what this is about. I'm like, okay, well,
I've never played any Rabbit games.
me either. The only thing I play on the Switch really is multiplayer stuff for like Mario Kart and Super Mario Party, not even Smash. Um, and then obviously we'll do Super Mario Bros. When we have friends over and you guys over and stuff because obviously it's another party game.
Yeah.
And then the only game that I actually play on it is Dragon Quest 11, and even that I haven't played it in probably a good month. Although I have put probably 15 to 20 hours into that game, but I just haven't played it in a while. There was a spree I would play it every night for like a week or two,
Mm-hmm.
but I just haven't touched it in a while because it's always sitting in the gaming room. So I feel like we have to bring it into the bedroom so she can play it and we can play it before we go to bed,
Yeah.
just to get like half an hour into enjoy it and not just have it sit around.
Yeah. Sometimes that's how it goes, where you have to like physically move stuff to your primary sitting area in the evening, because otherwise it won't get used. Like we just brought our TV into the bedroom. We've been switching the TV back and forth between the living room and the bedroom, and we've had it in the bedroom now for a couple days. And it's just we have our dinner in bed. We watch TV or YouTube or whatever. We recently just got through the Fantastic Beasts Harry Potter trilogy all the way through. First one's pretty good. The first movie.
First one's good. The second and third one.
Yeah, we just saw. So we saw the first two a while back, but like I remember the first one really well. Second one not so much, and she didn't really remember either one. So we were like, okay, let's just start from the beginning, watch the trilogy, because the third movie, Secret of Dumbledore, came out a little while ago. So we're like, we'll just watch the whole thing. We'll do
Secret of Dumbledore and these nuts.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yep.
It's what happened. That's the plot of the movie.
Him and Grindelwald are like Dumbledore and these nuts, and they're like, ooh, ooh.
Ooh,
And it was like,
I has
What?
questions. Ooh, so many questions I have.
I have questions about the magic of Ron Weasley in your pants. Uh huh. What? Anywho,
Anywho, so first movie, pretty good. Second movie,
yeah.
third movie, why?
We
Like
saw it. And I'm like, what is? Why? What? Who?
it was
What?
it
Where?
was so bad. Like there was a couple of good moments, like, and some of the fight scenes were pretty interesting, just in terms of like the CGI and how they were constructed and everything. But in terms of like the plot, it's like
Cool.
I don't want to spoil anything because it's still a new movie, but I'm just like, that was so unsatisfactory.
Yeah.
Like,
I get that.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so actually, I think it would have been good to see if Johnny Depp played Grindelwald throughout the entire trilogy, but because of like all the controversy, they recast him with
What's his face?
Mads Mikkelsen. He's in Doctor Strange as the bad guy and a whole bunch of different other movies. But
He's in Star Wars. He's in Rogue One.
that's true. Yeah, he's in Rogue One.
Yep.
So
I watched that movie. I'm like, this guy is so freaking familiar. What's he from? And now I'm like, he's from Rogue One.
no, he is. Like, Mads Mikkelsen is such a great actor. I thought he did a great job as Grindelwald. Like absolutely fantastic. Like a totally different vibe, obviously, than what Johnny Depp portrayed him as. So it's technically a whole new character in that third movie. But
that's when I saw the trailers. I'm like, so who's that? Who is he supposed to be? Where's Johnny Depp? Who's this guy? I'm like, Christine's like, oh, that's Grindelwald. I'm like, where's what?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yep.
What? Whatever.
But if you think about it, they did recast Dumbledore in the original Harry Potter movies, but it's not because of any controversy. It's because the first guy died.
Yeah.
You kind of have to at that point.
Yeah. So where's Dumbledore? He's on vacation for 8 more movies.
he's just like, you just hear his voice in the background, and that's all you see of him.
Ron Weasley, I'm at your mom's house. Oh, he's with my mom. They're having tea. oh.
More like tea bagging. But anyway, so moving the TV in the bedroom now, we're kind of just, watching TV before bed or whatever. We have like, watching TV, we get kind of sleepy anyway. So whenever we want to go to bed, we just, turn it off. So now that we have the Switch now, maybe we can play the Switch before bed.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Go you. Yes, you in the back.
Yeah.
You with the hand.
You with the hand. No, I'd have a finger. Yeah, having the Switch in bed would be a good idea because you can kind of chill in bed playing that. What color are your walls in your bedroom?
They're like that color, like eggshell yellow, more on the yellow side.
Well, that might be better for your eyes. Get like $100 projector.
But what's even easier is moving the TV.
True. But at the same time, it's like, you know what? You can just have a TV room and have the projector on. Because now I'm 100% a believer. If you have your TV in your main living room area, and then you have a projector in the bedroom, so you save the wall space instead of having a big dorky TV somewhere. You just have a projector that it looks like a nice clean wall, and you just press a button or whatever, and it's boom, TV screen.
Maybe we'll do that once we get a house, and so we can actually like host like hangouts and stuff like that. Maybe have like a football game up on a wall somewhere. But as for the apartment, it's so small, and we have so little visitors. There's not really a point to kind of have that level of efficiency right now.
Yeah, true, I guess.
But,
fair point.
But definitely an option in the future. Like, I mean, even with this bookcase, like it technically shows off stuff. Like it'll be good for videos or whatever. But also Maya wanted to get it just to get stuff out of storage because we had like all these books were in a box, like sitting in our room, not doing anything.
Yeah, see, like that's the kind of thing I would have done in like the first 2 months because I'm like, I need to get stuff out to make it look like a room.
Well,
it's like even like with all this stuff like back here,
yeah,
this took us a while to put all this fun, cool stuff in here. We're like, pressing the light button. We're like, it's a little messy right now. But like all of like the Legos and the shelving on the wall with the organized board games and the books, and you're getting a full tour of my gaming room. Holy moly, guys! Pay me $5 on Venmo.
Holy cow!
And we got all these like specialized boxes of like Star Wars or Halo or Batman and Ruby and all that.
Yeah.
So like, for me, it's bright. For me, when you add stuff to a room, it gives the room character. Like now, you have your room with all your books and your stuff on the wall and all that stuff, and of course a little ampter in the back there. So it's like, the room has stuff going on now. It's not just like what this room used to be, which was just storage.
Yeah.
Just boxes in the corner there, and it was kind of like, I need to do something about this, but I don't have the bookcases and the cases to put stuff in. So
yeah, and for us, it was a question of like, do we want to spend a couple $100 getting like frames and a bookcase and this or that or the other thing to revamp this room when we don't technically need to right now, or do we want to pay bills? and
True.
and also like before I got back into airsoft, all my airsoft stuff was still in the box that I put it in when we moved here. So it was all my airsoft stuff was technically in storage for 2 years.
It's just chilling.
Yeah, it was just vibing, you know. It was just hanging out, all squished up together, all close like. But now like everything's unpacked. We have like all the ammo is together. You know, I don't know if you can see in the closet, but like all the vests and stuff are hanging with clothes hangers.
Look at all those fun drinks.
Oh yeah, it's great. We got okay. So this is a tour of my house now. So at the back we got energy drinks. That's all rain, and then in the middle we got like soda mixed with beer, and then Propel, which is a really
You got Propel?
Propel's so good, bro.
Dude, I keep forgetting to buy it at the store. I'm like, I haven't had that since I was like 10.
Bro, buy it. Like honestly, really good. Honestly. And then we have a new kind of energy drink right here called Celsius. It's
Oh, yeah.
it's got like no sugar, no preservatives. It's like a healthy alternative if you don't want to get hopped up on B12 and artificial flavors and stuff. So it's actually really, really good. It's like sparkling water, but it tastes good and gives you energy.
Oh, yeah, I had that one. Yeah, I didn't like it because I don't like seltzer.
Yeah, it's definitely got that seltzer vibe to it, but it does the same job as an energy drink.
Yeah, it does, but I just don't like seltzer. I think it just ruined me.
Yeah.
I'm like, eh. The only seltzer I like is Vizzy. Vizzy's really good because it has a lot of flavor and that one's super healthy. It's got antioxidants and stuff. Achievement Hunters mentioned it a few times. Not sponsored, but they mentioned it. Really good. And then the only truly that I actually like, I truly like, is the mango chili.
Yeah, dude, Maya surprisingly likes that one, and she's not a
The
fan of
man-
spicy stuff.
It's a tad spicy, but the mango chili one is so good. Like, I would
Yeah.
take that over any other seltzer because it's got like that nice fruity spice flavor to it. I'm like, you know what? I kind of like this. This is not just fake blah. It's like it's got some character to it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That one I really like. The rest of them I'm kind of like, meh. I'll drink it. It doesn't fill me up. I'll have 5, but that one's really good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I wish they sold it in the 12 pack because I would buy that, but since it comes in that variety pack, I'm like, here's $15 for 4 drinks.
Basically.
I can go get like I can get like a what's it called? The fancy beers for that much.
Speaking of fancy beers, for my birthday, we went to the beer store just to pick up some random stuff, and for the first time, I bought it was a 4-pack of beer. This is the first time that I bought a 4-pack of something that cost more than $15.
Really?
It cost $25.
Jeez.
It was a maple porter.
Oh, yep, that's why.
And it was made locally. Like literally, the brewery is like 20 minutes away. Like it's in Pittsburgh. And so I'm like, okay, a maple porter. It sounds awesome. So I get it, bring it home, crack open a can. I take a sip. It just tastes like any other porter.
Okay. I want to blow your mind. You will not find it around where you are because it's a New Hampshire brewery.
Dang it.
Yeah, or Maine. I can't remember. Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont. One of the 3. It's a cinnamon toast porter.
No, bro.
It's got the same exact color scheme and font as Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but it's a porter. It's like a 9.5, and it's a 16 ounce.
I need it.
It was so best porter I've ever had. I'm like, I took a sip. Like, granted, you can only have one because it's so thick. I took a sip. I'm like, oh wow, that's good. It's like maple cinnamon, obviously porter. I think it's got chocolate in it or something as well, cacao.
Bro, whenever we visit you, I'm definitely stocking up.
We have to find it. I don't know. I found it at the city, which is like the coolest like beer place because they have like a huge wall. So they have a huge wall of macro beers, and they have a huge wall of all the local stuff. So it's like a really good selection. But I haven't been there in quite some time. But
Maya and I went to a brunch place a month or 2 ago, and obviously for brunch you can have alcoholic drinks. So she got mimosa, and then I got a cinnamon toast crunch mixed drink made with like real cinnamon milk with like cinnamon sticks in it and some other stuff, and it was alcoholic. Like it was like a 11 or 12% alcohol, but it was like a iced drink that was like normal glass sized, and that was fantastic. That was absolutely absurd. And I do have Cinnamon Toast Crunch in my cereal cabinet right now, but I don't know how to extract the flavor without it going into milk. Like, I want to make a mixed drink with the product that I have, but I don't know how to do that.
It's almost like you would have to make some sort of... You need a base alcohol of some sorts.
Yes, yeah.
And they need to figure out a way to get a lot of sweetness, a decent amount of cinnamon, and some sort of creaminess into it, like a Bailey's or something like that. And then you add the sweetness with the maple with the Bailey's or something like that, or maybe like a tiny bit of something else, I don't know. And then add it to whatever liquor you're using and figure out that way. So I bet there's some recipe online where you can figure that out.
Because, okay, so like Kraken rum mixes really well with eggnog, which is kind of that milky, thick substance. Maybe what I can try doing is taking Cinnamon Toast Crunch, like soaking it in milk, take out the cereal, and so the milk with that flavor remains.
And mix it with like a little bit of Kraken in it or something.
Yeah, either Kraken or some other kind of rum. Mix that, and then what else would go in it? Maybe like some maple syrup.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know if that should go in it or not. I don't know. I don't know if that's too little. Like, I don't want there just to be 2 ingredients because I feel like that's not going to make a good drink. It could. I don't know.
I'm sure there's tutorials and stuff online and whatnot because people are professional like bartenders and mixed drink people. So like, I'm sure there's something online to make it like how to get cinnamon toast crunch flavor inside of your drinks. Just look up this recipe and do the thing. So yeah. I'm sure there's something because there's a lot. Like I haven't really researched a whole lot into mixed drinks. I did a little bit last year, and there's a catalog and a half.
Oh yeah.
So, definitely worth a peek. Especially
once you start getting into like sours and like vermouth and like all these like bitter type of
bitter stuff.
Drinks. Like it's stuff that like you will not drink on your own, but you have to mix it with these other things in order to make the drink finalized.
Yeah.
Like it's not as simple as making, Jack Daniels and Coke. Like it's not just 2 things. Like there's all these other things that have to go into it to make it cohesive. Because otherwise, like take this idea right now. It could taste too much like Kraken or too much like cinnamon milk. Like you want that blend. And sometimes other flavors and ingredients have to come into that.
Yep. To enhance or redirect your taste buds or whatever.
Yep, to make it more sweet or whatever that means. I don't know, and I'm frustrated at everything.
Pish posh.
I'm freaking out.
I'm freaking out, guys.
I'm losing my sanity. Oh, Lord. Oh,
but
we've been going for a while. Do you wanna wrap things up, or do you want to talk for another hour?
Yeah.
I'll take that as a no.
Yeah, it's 9:30. Probably not. Yeah, we can wrap it up, I guess. Tidy it up. I really got to go pee.
Oh, well, you can right now if you so wish. Okay, well, that's not what you like to see.
I'm pooping.
Oh, that's more than just peeing.
I pushed too hard.
That's like one step further than what you said you were going to do, and now I'm disturbed.
What's sad is that that's going to happen someday. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm going poop. I'm like, oh, gee, okay, kid. All right, here we go. I'm saying it now as a joke, but it's actually going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, whether it's with your future kid or actually you.
True.
Fun times. Hey, is there anything coming up soon for you that we should keep an eye out for, that we can tease the listeners so we can talk about it later, maybe?
There's a slight chance of these nuts all over
Oh!
I'm sorry. I don't know. There's nothing crazy on the calendar yet, But
Whole.
on that note, everyone. No, but I'm not a whole lot going on right now. I did go mountain biking the other day at like a specific bike trail area up in Wolfboro, New Hampshire. So they actually take care of the trails and stuff, and you can go hiking on them and stuff. But they're like made to go biking because you can obviously tell it's biking because they're like snaking and stuff. So like hikers, you don't want to do that, but for biking, it's fun. No lift, so everything you have to pedal to and stuff, and there's like fun little trails, and there's like easy, medium, and hard and all that, which is kind of fun. So
Yeah.
maybe this weekend I'll take Christine out there because I ordered. Technically, she ordered her, but I technically found out and researched and found her a whole bunch of new bike parts for her bike, so she can have better grips, longer handlebars, and a longer stem, so she's not all hunched over and stuff. She can actually be a little bit more relaxed to help her out with maneuverability and all that. So
Cool.
maybe install the last piece should be coming in tomorrow, so we can install all that, see how it is, and maybe go this weekend. So I'll probably give you an update on that possibly next podcast. And aside from that, I'm just trying to live my best life. Do what you gotta do, and
Heck yeah.
drink coffee.
Lots of it. That's how we survive up in here and stuff.
If it wasn't for that dirty bean water, I don't know if Elon Musk would be able to do what he does.
Or Caleb Chamberlain.
Or Caleb Chamberlain. He'd probably still be in New Hampshire living his best life.
Yeah, he'd probably be making like the next Indiana Jones movie or something.
Honestly, not making. I'm gonna film this coffee bean and make it look super cool.
But then he does, and he does.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, guys, you see this bean right here? I'll give you a 5-minute trailer for it. Watch this. Action shot and stuff. You're like, I want that coffee bean.
He did a video where he just talks about different kinds of coffee, and there's like action shots of like beans flying everywhere and him pouring coffee. I'm like, I have never wanted coffee so much in my life.
You're like, I gotta go make some.
Yeah, I did. I think I was drinking cold brew when I watched that video when
like,
it came out.
Leave a comment. I'm drinking coffee right now. This is the best thing ever.
But yeah, and also to wrap things up, like I said before, I have a new dedicated airsoft channel, Ginger Jesus Airsoft. Ginger spelled with a J at the beginning. There will be a link to it in the description if you want to click that and subscribe and watch the videos that are on there so far. It's probably not going to be like fast paced like every week kind of content because I'm not going to play airsoft that much.
You got to make sure you click that bell and let yourself know that when he posts something, because since it won't be often, you got to ding, otherwise you might miss it.
Correct. I mean, there's probably a lot of you watching this right now that aren't dinged or subscribed to the Netherfire Studios channel, and there's stuff that comes out like all the time. Like, it's mostly Halo, but there's also other stuff that comes out too.
We need a that's like you said earlier. We need to change our variation so we have more stuff on this channel.
That's true. I think I put out a Fall Guys video recently. I think
that you played by yourself.
I did.
Listen, I play once in a while. Christine plays once in a while. Micah plays once in a while, and then Micah's friend Josh plays once in a while. So if we can, or even Josiah and Jacob, I think play. So if you just get like one or two of us. They're good.
That's fair. I mean, it was I recorded that the week it came out for free. So I'm like, I'm just going to record a little bit and see how it goes. If you want to see something really, really funny, watch to the end of that video. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's really, really funny. Oh, so did you not see it?
I didn't see the end. I saw the first couple minutes.
Skip to like the last minute of the video and then just let it play to the end, and then you'll be pleasantly surprised.
I'll check it out.
All right.
Yeah, but let us know, Caleb, if you ever do play Fall Guys, because even Micah texted me the other day. He's like, Josh is hopping on Fall Guys if you want to play for like 30 minutes. I'm like, okay.
I wonder if it's cross-platform, because obviously Maya has it for the Switch, so we could technically all play if it works.
You could test that with her, like you and her, like she's on your Switch and you're on that, and you can just like friend her or something and see if it works.
That's true.
Because if it works, then you can just play with Maya.
Unlimited power!
And then play with me, and then Christine's on the Xbox, so she could play as well.
Yeah, that's at least 4 people right there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And his team. Yeah. Okay, we're stopping. No more Fall Guys because Fall Guys is super lame. So we're gonna stop talking.
and also we're going to talk for another hour at this rate.
Yep, we're done. Yep, we're done. It's already been like an hour and 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, but it's fine. We like to have fun here.
Yeah, it's all fun and games. Nothing serious.
Luke, go with the theme song.
Do you smell bacon?